Feel free to check out my TeePublic after the video, and support me on Patreon. Watch till the end of the video for more. When I was very young, my father would always get me and my brothers some DVDs which contained several episodes of certain anime like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Zoids, and Robotech. One in particular was a DVD for Mobile Suit Gundam. And while I can vaguely remember watching the DVD at such a young age, it somehow stuck with me. And it wasn't until a while ago that I finally started to watch the series in its entirety thanks to my friend Andres, aka Kaiju Noir, which, by the way, I highly suggest you watch his video about the history of Gundam. In a time where the mecha genre mainly focused on superheroic robots with fantasy elements like Mazinger Z, Yoshiyuki Tomino wanted to create a mecha story that was a lot more grounded and aimed for a more mature audience. Mobile Suit Gundam is considered to be the first real robot series, as it took the mecha genre and placed heavy emphasis on hard sci-fi elements, such as using military-based mechs, and the psychological effects war can have on the people involved. In the background of Mobile Suit Gundam, there is an intergalactic war between the Earth Federation and the Principality of Zeon. In the future, mankind lives among the stars in space colonies. The Earth Federation wishes to keep the human race unified under a single rule, whereas Zeon sought for the space colonies to be independent. However, as Zeon became an ever-growing fascist regime, after the assassination of its founder, Zeon Daikun, war is waged between the two sides. Inspired by Jules Verne's 2 Years Vacation, the original Mobile Suit Gundam follows a team of young military officers as they are aboard White Base and engage in numerous battles against the Zeon forces. The main character is Amuro Ray, who pilots the iconic RX-78 Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam is considered one of, if not the, quintessential mecha anime, as each episode puts a lot of effort and care in building its characters, universe, story, everything. Every battle in Gundam feels like a matter of life and death, and it really keeps you on the edge of your seat in great suspense, with, of course, people from both sides of the conflict dying in the process. Lots of iconic scenes too, like the crossfire on Side 7, the Guff battle, and literally every scene with one of Char's mobile suits. The soundtrack really adds to these scenes, and there's a great sense of terror. Other than that, it can just be plain gorgeous, and both the opening and ending songs are incredible. And when there isn't any action happening, the show does a great job portraying the human drama as you really start to connect with the characters. Even the villains, surprisingly enough. Moments that really stick out to me are the times where Amuro reunites with his mother in a village watched over by Zeon soldiers, and Giranzabi's speech, which does draw intentional parallels to Nazi Germany. Speaking of characters, they're all very unique in their own ways. Amuro being the young pilot who's thrown into the heat of battle and is stuck with it, Frau and Hayato being the inexperienced childhood friends of Amuro, Bright Noah being the young and tough captain, Sayla being the tragic supporting character whose brother is part of the opposing faction, Kai just being a douche but has a heart, the Zabi family doing everything they can to have their way, and of course, the famous masked rival, Char Aznable, who is perhaps the most developed character in all of anime. I know I'm missing some others like Mirai, Ryu, Matilda, and Ramba Ral, but honestly, the show does a great job with its supporting and minor characters too, and they really help make the show. And of course, I can't talk about Gundam and not mention the awesome mobile suits. Kunio Okawara designed the mobile suits for Mobile Suit Gundam, and they're just absolutely fantastic. Everything about these mobile suits is just so appealing. The RX-78 Gundam is easily the most famous of all the mobile suits in the entire franchise. The gun tank and gun cannon are very cool looking as well, and I love the heavy military approach with the Zaku units. I also love how as the show progresses, new machines start popping up with the tease of them being mass-produced in the future, thus adding layers to this universe. Like the At-Guy, the Gog, the Zgok, the Big Zom, the Gelgoog, the Rick Dom, and the Zeong. My personal favorite is the Guff, piloted by Ramba Ral, and it really feels like a force to be reckoned with. One aspect that really helps Gundam stand out from other mecha is its use of new types. New types are, well, a new type of human. One that develops psychic abilities after living in space for a certain amount of time. These new types can read the thoughts and emotions of others, and play a very vital role in the series, as whether their abilities should be used for the benefit of one faction or to end the conflict altogether. And more importantly, is it too late for mankind's redemption? Now, before I close off this review, I just want to acknowledge that I am totally aware that there are people who don't want to sit down and watch some old anime that's 43 episodes long, and it's about robots punching each other. But honestly, Mobile Suit Gundam may have aged a little in its animation, but watching it is absolutely worth it. Although, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time on your hands, there is the Mobile Suit Gundam movie trilogy, which compiles the entire anime into 3 films. Due to the format of the episodes, it really doesn't make them feel like movies, with the exception of the 3rd one, but it's good for what it is, being a compilation trilogy. But honestly, the best way to watch the original Mobile Suit Gundam is in its entirety. Just get ready to fork over a hefty price. Or you can just stream or obtain it through means that may or may not be legal. In the end, Mobile Suit Gundam is a classic. There's a reason it is the beast of a franchise it is today. Or, as Peter Cullen would say,
the most groundbreaking anime saga of all time.
And once you get into Gunpla, there's no going back. If you're into anime, sci-fi, mecha, or all of the above, definitely check out Mobile Suit Gundam. And my Patreon, where you can get early access to videos, receive updates and behind-the-scenes content, as well as commissioned video requests. You could also get these sick designs from my TeePublic, such as this set where you can help fight the coronavirus as the RX-78 Gundam. Once I reach enough patrons, I will review the tokusatsu series Red Man, about a guy who kills monsters in the forest for what appears to be no reason. If you like what you see, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now tune in next time where I'll be reviewing an anime about a teenager who's traumatized after watching his mother get killed by titans. The other one.